He is a prospect of the Boston Bruins, and he is a goaltender with the Swift Current Broncos. Reid Dyck joining us now. Reid, first of all, hey, congratulations on being selected by the Bruins in the 2022 NHL Draft. First of all, take me through the moment. Where were you, and how did you find out?
Yeah, thank you. I was at home and in Manitoba with a few of my buddies and a couple of family friends, hanging out at my house, watching on TV, and started watching it. Saw some of my teammates go pretty early, which was really exciting to see and stuff like that. So it was good. And then when my name got called, it was chaotic. A lot of people were screaming. There was a lot of congratulations, rush of emotions, and stuff like that. So it was kind of a blur, but it was an awesome day for sure.
We'll get to your first visit to Boston as a Bruins prospect in just a moment. But I mean, tell me a bit about being selected by an original six team. That's got to be pretty neat.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like you said, it's original 16, which is so cool. All the history there, and my time in Boston, you kind of showed that, and all the history behind the organization, and seeing what it takes to be a Bruin, and there was a few Bruins there, so seeing what stuff they do in the off season, it was an awesome experience, and I'm so excited to be a Bruin.
Pretty exciting weekend, draft weekend for the Swift Current Broncos as well. You mentioned it, seeing some of your teammates go off the board during the draft, including Owen Pickering, of course, went in the first round to the Pittsburgh Penguins. But in all, five guys from your team were drafted, the most out of any WHL club. What does that tell you about, your group and just the hard work everybody's put in over the past, years to get to that point? And by extension of that, how excited are you guys for the future here at Swift Current?
Yeah, I'm so excited for those guys. They definitely earned it. Couldn't happen to better people. So seeing those guys go was unbelievable. So exciting. I think it's a really good look on organization. We're definitely on the uprise here. We have a really exciting young team. We felt like we had a good year last year, just missed playoffs by a game, which was disappointing, but that'll fuel us for this year. And I'm really excited because I know it'll be a good year, and we'll see what happens with the team this year.
When you look back at your last season, Reid, I think, from a national perspective, I think everybody kind of discovered who you were at the top prospects game in Kitchener, stood on your head, and I think arguably were the player of the game for your team. I mean, tell me about that experience in Kitchener and getting to perform on that stage, and in what certainly was a big year for you in terms of dealing with hype and dealing with stress.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable experience. Going over there with two teammates was a bit of a relief, not going into it blind. I mean, I'm going through with two of my teammates, and they really helped that. It was great to be with them. And then when I got there, they treated us so well. Everything we needed was there, and they really looked after us and treated us like pros, which is so nice. Made it so easy to feel at home and feel relaxed and really just be able to focus on hockey and the testing and stuff like that. So it was awesome. And then when game time came around, I mean, everybody was super excited, and it was awesome. I'm glad I played well. Glad I had a good showing. I feel like it helped me a bit through my for my ranks and stuff like that. And overall, just an unbelievable experience.
Your experience at Bruins development camp, you touched on it briefly, but when you look back on it now, having returned home to Manitoba, what are some of the takeaways you take, and how excited are you to kind of get back down there in the fall?
Yeah, you can definitely, after that week, and kind of see where you're at, see where other guys are at. I mean, see where the other goalies in the system are at, see where you compare and stuff like that. It was a really good week to just take in as much information as you can. Really, everyone there is there to help you. And I mean, it's awesome to meet your teammates there, but it's also internal competition for sure. So, I mean, you can be best friends with the guys and stuff like that, but you're still competing for the same job and stuff. So it was a really good week, meeting a lot of cool, new guys, which is awesome. And yeah, like you said, I'm really excited to head back down there in fall.
Another Manitoba guy that you're familiar with was your running mate in Swift Current last year, Isaac Poulter, and this is a guy that as an older goaltender, a 20-year-old goaltender, had you kind of alongside him for the past couple of years in Swift Current, and has moved on now to a professional contract. But looking back on your time with Isaac, what were some of the things that you took from him, and perhaps helped each other's games out as your time together passed?
Yeah, Pulse was awesome. He helped me with a lot of things on and off the ice, but it's just he had so much wisdom to share. He's had a really good career. Like he's been through it all. He's had some down years in Swift, had some up years in Swift, and now that he's got a contract, it's so exciting to see, and I know he'll do great things there, and really deserving of that. I'm really glad someone recognized all his work and signed him. So that was awesome to see. And he really taught me just you can't be perfect all the time. There's going to be ups and downs, and it's just how to manage those downs and get out of them as fast as you can. That's where the big thing he taught me is just managing that and staying consistent. And I'm very happy and grateful for the 2 years I spent with him.
What's next for you as we wrap things up here? You've got, plus minus 5-6 weeks before the start of Broncos camp and the start of the WHL preseason, but you've got that camp in Boston and camping season in the fall to look ahead to as well. What are you kind of working on? What are some of the things that you're spending the month of August here looking at in terms of your own development and your own off-ice work?
Yeah, so I've really been working on my skating this summer. Just beating a lot more passes on my feet, and just my overall skating is so I can don't have to chase the play at all. And seeing in Boston how fast the play moves, like that's where I want to be at. I want to be a good pro goalie, not a good Western League goalie. So it's really what I'm striving for. And so the next month or so, I'll just really be working on my skating, my explosiveness, and my edge work, as well as getting stronger in the gym. And then I'm excited to head down to Swift Current for camp, and then a few days in Boston, and then the season will be started. So it's quick, it's approaching fast, and I'm really excited for it.